What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video of my Minecraft Eternal episode. I think this will be the 6th episode. So, in this episode I want to make some more additions to my farm. One thing I forgot to mention in my previous episode is that since I'm selling off all those strings I'm making from the cotton, I'm making my bait for the ground traps from the silkworms, basically. So these guys give me the silk. I turn that into silk threads, and with those threads I also make the fruit bait. So I selling off the strings at the shop, and I'm using the silk threads to make the baits for the ground traps, and it all evens out perfectly. Okay, so first things first, I want to dig a deep hole below, and basically I want to add a cable going down into my house from the refinery, so I might as well just stick down until I reach enough depth. Okay, so now that I have a cable going up from the underground, there's basically an energy cable connecting from the whole refinery right at this point, yes. So now I will have some power at my house. I can do something in here as well, because all the power I had was down there up till now. Okay, so let's make an atomic reconstructor. Fine, and maybe let's try and placing it down to see if it receives any power whatsoever. Yep. Now if I use redstone torch, I can make it from deactivated to pulse. However, what I don't really like is the way it is facing, because I would prefer this green dot to be kind of facing upward. So let me try and make that happen. So if I can just maybe add it like on the top or something. Yep. Okay, so it's now set to pulse. It receives some energy, which is great. Okay, now if I put a stone pressure plate on it and drop some redstone, maybe something can happen. No? Oh yeah, look. Redstonia crystal. This is what I wanted. Okay, so this atomic reconstructor will do miracles. I really was looking forward to adding it to my world, because this will be really useful eventually. Okay, next thing I want to do is to build myself a quarry. I'm going to need a crate for that as well. And okay, I think I'm going to place my quarry maybe somewhere here or something. Yeah, on the mountain this would work. I mean, one more thing I have to do is perhaps claim a chunk or something, because I don't know, I don't need this guy. Because if the creeper comes in, that would be a huge problem. Maybe have one of the chunks maybe loaded or something. So, okay. I guess I will place my quarry right here. Okay. Now I want to add some engines around it. Just like this. One more below, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Okay, now let's throw in some coal. Fine, on all of these Stirling engines. Maybe the block of coal will do. I really hope so. And maybe place levers near those. Did it work? No. So maybe right here. Yep. Okay. 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 All right. Now, one more thing. I want to place a storage crate right here and maybe connect it with gold pipes from the quarry. Now what, maybe I'll just make it a bit higher or something. Okay, hopefully this would work if I've done everything correctly. Okay, the problem is that I might be needing a wooden pipe, which is extraction pipe from the quarry itself. So let me shut the engines off real quick and let's see what we can do about this pipe. So I need a wooden one. Let me quickly go. Okay, so now if I replace golden transport pipe with a wooden pipe, which are supposedly extracting items, perhaps in theory that should work. Hopefully, of course. So something is happening with the quarry. Okay. Look. I have some materials coming out of the quarry, going through the pipes, which is speeding things up, going directly into my chest. Okay, let's leave it for now. See what happens. I have plenty of fuel in these engines. Okay, now that the quarry is up and running, and until this crate fills up for good or something, I want to add additional elements to my farm, which would be a potato farm, I guess, somewhere in this spot, because it's kind of empty and begs to be used. So since I have a potato selling point right here, so it would only be fair to add a potato plantation right exactly here. So on all farms, I think I have the range add-on of 12. So this is how 12 looks like. So I'm pretty sure another 12 for potatoes would fit in here. And I could really use an additional sludge byproduct to give myself some more things to sift in my house. So I guess, yeah, let's make a potato plantation. Okay, I guess now that I have my farmland ready for potatoes, I guess it's time to make a plant sower and a plant gatherer. Okay, so it goes something like this, pretty similar to the tree farm. So I place down the plant gatherer and make sure it faces down to the crops. Then I just dig down. Okay, after digging down, I gotta place the plant sower somewhere here in line with the gatherer, so maybe I should place it somewhere here or something. So make sure it faces upward and it's one block down. Gotta patch up my hole. Okay, next I should connect the sludge pipes to the gatherer. Make sure it goes directly to the header right here, so it goes down to the Sludge Refiner. That's done. Also, this guy requires a servo, so we should place it and turn it on. Okay, next I want to connect a power to it, so I need to use the Redstone Flux cables, or maybe just connect it to the main line or whatever. Now it's connected to the whole power grid, so it should be getting some power. Does it? Yes. Okay, next I need to make some more space for the cables and whatnot going down into the plant sower. So for that I need to use Itemducts. Okay, so this gatherer will send all of the items right now down. So I don't need to have this guy connected to the main line. All I needed for it is to continue, just like that or something. Make some more room just to bring these cables through. Okay, maybe place it like this, like this, like this. And usually what I like to do is to send all of my crops into the crate. After this crate, part of it will go directly into the plant sower, if you will. So let's connect all of the pipes right here. These guys will connect, so we need to make sure they don't. Okay then. Next, of course, let's put the servo in. Let's turn it on. And one more thing, maybe I should just filter this servo out to only send the potatoes into the sower, because usually at the beginning of farms lots of trash items tend to come in because they're being gathered by the gatherers, so I want to avoid that. So at this point I've managed to turn off the servo feeding potatoes into the furnace for sell-off, but I have almost 2 stacks of it, so that should be more than enough. I can turn the servo back on. So first of all, what I want to do is for this servo to only whitelist potatoes. What else? Okay, and with these 2 stacks that I have right now, I can just place it like this. Okay, and maybe lock this inventory. Maybe even these guys numbers a bit, if you will, but they should be fine. Okay. Okay, just like this. Maybe this will work out. Okay, next I need to send some power into this sower, because right now at this point it does not have any. It does require some, so let's connect it to the whole power grid. I'm not sure if I have enough redstone flux cables. I have 2 left and I need 1 more. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's place down the last one and let's check if our land sower is getting any power. As you can see, it does. Okay, so maybe let's look up and see if anything is happening. Well, it's kind of a sunset, so it's unlikely that anything will happen at this point, but let's wait till tomorrow. In the meantime, I want to send all of my potatoes from this barrel underground into basically this selling point of the baked potato. Okay, so I've made a roll for this item duct to send all of the gathered potatoes to the potato selling off point, if you will. So let me put in all the item ducts required for that to happen. And don't forget, we will have to calibrate the whole system to maintain both flow of potatoes to the land sower and also potatoes for the sell off. We don't want to sell off too many potatoes because eventually the plant gatherer will become empty. So, okay, I kind of messed up with my pipe here. Just like this. I've already made a hole for it to pass through right next to the potato selling station, if you will. So let me put in all the last cables that I have right now. Okay, before anything else, I need to disconnect this pipe because it connects automatically. And one more thing I always like to do, which I learned at my work, I am pipeline engineer, So I always have to have a temporary buffer tank. So if my selling off point for potatoes is under maintenance, I can just shut off the servo temporarily, and all the potatoes will be stored from both sifting and potato farm right here in this barrel until I turn it back on. So since I've added a servo there, I should add one more servo right here. I'll leave it on the blacklist right now. Maybe later, if this causes problem, I'll just whitelist a potato. So normally the plant sower does not have that much space. So for plant sowers, I'm basically going all in, which is 8. For selling off, maybe I should just lower it to 4 or something and just turn it on. So if I've done everything correctly, this plant sower should start sowing the potatoes for me. The sludge will go down for refinement. Both of these equipments is now powered, I think. Are they? Yes, they are powered. And from this plant gatherer, I'm sending all the potatoes right here. Larger part goes into the plant sower, but since it's pretty easy for it to get full, everything else will go directly into the barrel for potato baking and sell-off. Okay, and one last thing for farms like this, I need to add a range add-ons. So I'm always doing the 12. So I think this is the largest one. So for plant gatherer and for the plant sower. So now if everything is done correctly, this should be working anytime now. We'll see. And one more thing, to figure out how much potatoes we are getting, maybe I should get more potatoes to recalibrate the whole thing. I will shut the servo off for now, and all the potatoes will be stored in this barrel right here temporarily, and we'll see how much output we are getting from this. One thing I'm really happy about, I have an extra inlet for the sludge, so my sowing capability will increase even more right now. Okay, looks like my potato farm is working right now. It's night, so no crops growing. Maybe I should add torches on it or something. Maybe that, but in the meantime, I've made some item laser relay. So first I made energy laser relay. I used the atomic reconstructor to turn that into fluids laser relay, and after that I threw the fluid laser relay on the atomic reconstructor and turned that into item laser relay. Right now I need a laser wrench, so 2 anodic crystals and advanced coil. I need 4 more redstone. First I'm making a basic coil. That's all fine. Next, I make advanced coil. That's there, and only then I am able to make laser wrench. In the meantime, I will shut off the servo, which is feeding all the cobblestone into my selling off point. I'm only doing this because I want all the cobblestone from my quarry to end up into this crate in order for me to save some resources and not put all the pipes all the way from the quarry. So if I go back to my quarry, let's see what kind of hole it dug for me. Okay, looks like we reached the bedrock for it. Did it just cut through the... Okay, looks like my quarry just cut through the bedrock. Whatever. Oh, look, there are some nice things out here. Well, we'll get to these later. Looks like I'm going to have to transfer my quarry further down. I think there are some items which could define the width of it, but whatever. So when it comes to the cobblestone, I put my item relay, and with my wrench I just right click on it and go back to my house where all of the cobblestone should be placed in that crate. If I'm doing that correctly, all of those guys should appear exactly here. Okay, looks like the distance to the quarry from my house is too far off right now, which is a bit unfortunate. So I guess what I can do is to place this cobblestone selling off point, I guess somewhere a bit closer to the quarry. Maybe that would work out, I think. So I guess I don't really need to use item laser relays anymore. What I can do, I guess, is to place the task screen and reward collector a bit maybe closer to the quarry, and that would definitely solve my distance problem, which I'm facing right now. So I guess let's try that. Okay, so I guess for now let's put a task screen right here, reward collector right here. So since this barrel is full of cobblestone, so maybe I should drain this guy out first. So let's add a servo to it. Let's turn it on, and let's see on my right hand side of the screen if the cobblestone is selling off. Right now I have 22 out of 64, and as you can see it goes to 30, it goes to 38. So it looks like we are selling off our cobblestone without wasting any single coin. Maybe once this crate is drained out, I will just place these two guys right here and maybe save an extra servo and a item duct and even the storage crate, and it will filter out only the cobblestone directly into the task screen, and I will save 3 quite good items. So I think what defines the size of the quarry is this item called landmark. So lapis lazuli plus redstone torch. Okay, so I guess if I place this landmark right here, right click on it, it kind of gets this red square beam. I think this is what defines the size of the quarry, maybe. Might be mistaken. But I guess there's only one way to really find out. So, I guess let's back again. Let's put the quarry down. Okay, now that I've placed my quarry next to this red line, it became this warning sign type thing mark. So I guess I'm doing okay on this. So let's put back the engines on. One is here, fine. One engine goes right here. Other one goes right here. Other one goes right here. Let's also add those blocks of coal for it to burn. Alright, so maybe I should diversify it or something, I don't really know. And one last thing, let's add the levers to it. So, in fact, you know what, maybe let's not turn this on right now because I don't have any pipe connected to them. But let's just prepare everything right now. So I had this wooden pipe which is extracting items for me, so let's take it right now. Okay, let's connect it to the quarry. Fine, and now these golden pipes. So of course naturally we need to remove these guys. Okay, and maybe start placing them somewhere here to save some more space or something. Of course, I'm going to need more of these. but every time I'm basically switching the position of my quarry, I need to make more and more pipes because I will be going all around this hill with these quarries, so I'm going to need a lot of pipes. Better than the item ducts, but these yellow pipes are essentially made from gold. Good thing I've made enough of those for now. Where did I place those? I have 27 in total, so okay, let's try to connect them, and once we do, we will turn the quarry back on, and let's see if we can get some more nice loot, because it kind of gives me nice minerals while I am working on some other stuff, so I don't really need to bother with mining too much. Okay, I guess just like this, let's turn these guys on. Cannot reach the bottom one, okay. And let's see, once it destroys all the vegetation, it should be giving me produce. Okay, now in the meantime, I am struggling to kind of configure my potato farm, because as you can see, the plant sower basically has nothing left of those potatoes. So I guess what I can do is, of course, naturally take some bones, and maybe I should just use bone meal to kind of grow some of the potatoes manually. And also I have hoe, so those which are grown can give me some output, which I can basically use to, first of all, properly feed all of the potatoes to here. I don't really need the poisonous one, so let's just release some inventory, okay? Just like this, but it's still not yet enough. So let's maybe farm some more. Okay then. Now let's add all the remaining potatoes right here into this sower. To configure all of it properly, let's go back under to the crate we just created, and let's see. So if I'm taking 8 of baked potatoes from here, maybe I should even lower the amount for this guy to 1. Because the potatoes for selling off still have to be baked, that would take some time, so maybe this is a good balance. 8 potatoes for the plant sower, and basically 1 potato for selling off before they even bake. That should be fine. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I was wondering why my potato farm is not working. Turns out I'm not sending items down this pipe because I'm not added servo on it, so let's now add it, let's turn it on, and now it should be going down, feeding into this barrel right near. Okay, now that the potatoes are going down from the gatherer into this box, so 8 of them are going into sower, so sower is always full, and this is going for selling. So I've set this on 1, I wanted to balance it out a bit, but I guess I can try and make it maybe 8 as well. Maybe let's put it to 4. Yeah, 4 is good enough, so it will slowly degrade, and if the sower needs anything, it will feed the potatoes to it. And now that we have a bunch of potatoes, by the way, I need to get rid of poisonous potatoes, but now that all of these potatoes are basically here, we can turn the servo back on. And I want to make sure that the both poisonous potatoes don't come in here. So I'm gonna remove the whitelist and blacklist the poisonous potato. Same thing here, so no poisonous potato ever goes to the both sower and for cooking. And now I gotta figure out which one of these pipes go to the trash compactor. Looks like this is the pipe. Am I right? Correct. So this is the pipe which is going to the trash compactor. So I guess what I can do is add another line connected to the trash compactor line. I forgot to bring a servo, so let me bring that one real quick. Okay, now that I have a servo on me, I can place it right here and whitelist only poisonous potatoes for disposal. I forgot to turn it on. Now it should get rid of these potatoes right away. Okay, so I guess one last thing I would like to do is to send my basically ground trap farm, send a pipe from the main box underground and connect it to this pipe, because this box does exactly the same thing, I guess. So from this box I'm filtering out the mineral. So I'm feeding the mineral into this box. I'm feeding the mineral berries for food into this box, and the rest of the stuff blocks the mineral block and the mineral berries, and all of it should be coming in here. When making some room for another underground pipe, I accidentally had to kill off all of my chickens. I already have like 24 and 25 per block. It's pretty usual farm, but I guess it's the way it is. So I don't really need, I guess, two things from here, which is the rotten egg for now and inferium essence. So this pipe right here underground is basically, if I have a surplus of berries right here, it will go straight for disposal. I already made a connection ready for servo for the mycelium. Once this crate is all full, once it's full, I will just turn it on and have basically all of those myceliums just going also for disposal. But right now what I want to do is basically add one more line for disposal and connect it basically underneath this crate right here. If I add a servo on it and I whitelist only inferium and the rotten egg, right now I'll just keep it as off, I guess. Okay, I have some oak wood which came here. I gotta figure out what happens. I gotta make sure these oak woods don't come in here. Make sure these guys go to their correct place, but I will do that later, maybe off camera. Right now all I care about is connecting this pipe to the ground trap farm. I don't have enough servos, I only have 10. I already melted the lead which I got from the quarry. So let me make some more Itemducts. Okay, so I guess I fixed the issue where oak logs and minerals are coming in here. They're not supposed to be here. I blacklisted the correct servo. Right here, the inferium essence and rotten egg should be removed basically and go down straight into disposer. However, I don't yet have pipe coming in here, so I already dug a hole to it. So the only thing that is needed is to basically add some pipes leading to the crate out of the ground trap farm. So, okay, I'm gonna take these irons. I think I'm gonna place the automatic feeder from actual additions. I don't know if it works. 5 animals, enough to breed. Okay, so 48 seeds. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, so right now at this point I'm seeing that I am getting a lot of great things right here coming in from the farm. I just want to do one thing. I need to blacklist both feathers. So I'm also going to blacklist a bone. So no feathers or bones going into there. Now, okay, now I would like to place a reward collector right here. Maybe task screen on top of it. Maybe switch its side or something. I don't know which side it should be pointing. It doesn't really matter. Maybe this side. Okay, now let's check our quests. I can... Oh look, I got some pizza. Okay, whatever. So, in the player shop, I basically have raw meat, which gives me 3 coins, so that's a good pointer which reward I should be looking for. I'm looking for 3 coin reward. So I think it's called meat or something, raw meat. There we go. Okay, I'm going to accept it. Now for the task screen, I'm also want to find a proper task, which is the meats. Where is the raw meat? Okay, now I accept this. I put the servo on this crate, I mean Itemduct, I'm sorry. Now I place the servo, and I basically have 3 types of meat: chicken, rabbit, and a duck. So this perfectly fills the whole servo. Let's whitelist it. Let's turn this on, and let's put these guys back in. And let's check if the quest is working for us, and looks like it does. Okay, now that we are selling off all of the raw meat which I have from the basically ground trap farm, I can turn this servo on, and basically everything will go down into this crate. However, I don't need Inferium essence, I guess. Yes, because the Inferium essence should be kind of here. So I'm going to turn this on. Okay. Now this Inferium again came back here. So now it should be going for trash disposal. Does it? Okay, yeah, looks like it does. Now, in this crate, only thing I am going to have is an egg for food, rabbit hide, rabbit foot, and leather. Okay, I guess I will be ending my video here. It's getting quite long. Few key moments right here. So, if you notice in my bottom inventory, when I open my crate or anything, it overlaps right here. Another thing, if I press J, which opens my minimap, I basically am getting a blue screen. I've read about it on the internet, and it turns out the quarry is causing this issue. So if you have anything close to it, just know that the quarry mod might be causing this issue. It's not like a quarry mod, but rather buildcraft. I don't know how is it like that, but I guess so. One more thing I like to do with my sifter system is when I add my dirt or my gravel, I take my time in the bottle and I speed this process up like big time, because I have some spare time right now, and it just drops everything. Bone meal for manufacturing, the potatoes, and then carrots, so it kind of goes fast, because my crate, which this sifter is taking everything from, is kind of getting full, and I think I might need to add more power to the sifting force Maybe add some extra sifters or something. But anyway, guys, I think I'm done with this episode right now. One more thing. So right now at my right hand side of the screen, you can see everything with what I am farming and getting a coins from. So right now I have 69k basically. So if I open player shop quest, I zoom out,